Okay, so this is the home stretch. I don't know whether, our guest can answer that question of whether music can help to don't look at him yet. He's not here officially. Okay. But our artist of the week, I say, is a...
where's my pick?
Syncomat. Singer, comedian, I don't know. He's not a singer. He's a singer, he's not a comedian, he's not a... I can't say whether he's an actor or not. But
are you a comedian?
A singer, songwriter, music producer, winner of the 2023 Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Award for Best Soundtrack category for Anikulapo. Kent Edunjobi, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, you have to tell us, first of all, where did that Kent come from? I know K-E is Kendi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Kent came from way back secondary school when I just entered into the SS class, the senior class, and being a science student, we were taught the first 20 elements. So my friends and I decided to name ourselves after our first favorite element. Mine was oxygen because it gives life. So I now took my name, Ken, I shortened it to Ken. So then plus oxygen. So the Kent is a combination of Kennedy plus oxygen. But later, now trying to revolve and rebrand.
You remove the oxygen.
I removed the oxygen and brought in
the plus.
Edunjobi and plus. So Edunjobi meaning the Oriki of Ibeji. So it now became Kent Edunjobi.
So that is the the scientific formula of your name.
So we have got to QED.
That is the scientific formula of his name. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let me begin by, let me also say, or rather add, to the Anikulapo soundtrack.
Yeah.
The first
beat.
Tell me how that came to you. Because the only thing that I can remember of such tracks is Hubert Ogundi.
Okay. So for that first beat of the film Anikulapo, I did a lot of research while doing it, because obviously from the script point, we all knew that the film was a big deal. From reading the script, even from the first synopsis, then down to the first script, second, third, fourth, fifth, to the seventh, we knew that this was massive. So everybody needed to put in their A game. And for me, because it's a different genre of film entirely compared to what we've been used to doing in Nigeria. Trying to stage back, to the early good old days, meaning that the kind of music we have to do can't be too contemporary, but then because you're showing it also, the viewers are also the contemporary, people or minds, so we need to have a very good balance. So I had to do a bit of, not even a bit, I had to do a lot of research. Just like you said, I listened to a lot of Hubert Ogundi songs. I never knew I was going to do that, but it was quite it's very exciting experience. Yeah. So listen to a lot of Ogundi songs, listen to some of our new school songs. Had to go start reading some of these old stories about the old Oyo Empire. How the kind of instruments that were being used then, and then try to see how it could subtly marry them with our own new school feel. So it doesn't just feel like, you're thrown deep into those days. Try to strike up. So it was a challenging experience, but very, very beautiful one, an exciting one.
Rewarding?
Definitely, because at the end of the day,
At
the end of the day, it got me AMVCA. At that, I never saw coming anyway, because the way I work, for me, it's more about the work. Once I do the work and I'm satisfied, and that's it for me. So the award was just like
icing.
Icing, yeah.
Okay. Computer science and statistics.
He's not,
why is
he's
it?
not computing music.
Yes, I'm computing music.
You are computing music.
Did I give you the answer?
Okay, no. You are now doing music on the computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow there's still correlation.
Okay. So, at what point did you decide no more statistics, no more computer science, I'm going into music?
So I lived in denial for a very long time. I've always known from age 6, 7, 8 that music was what I wanted to do. I remember there was one time I was very ill. I was at a very young age, and I got well. And the first thing I told my mom was, "Oh, Mom, I want to become a choir master," you know. And she looked at me and she just laughed. But then I could remember very well where and when I said it to her. It came from a very deep point of conviction. I knew that this was what I wanted to do. But then, of course, my family came. You know, I'm from a family of bookworms, people who love books. You have to go to school. You have to work. You know, the proper 9 to 5. So I just told myself, I said, well, those were just wishful thinking. I need to go to school, get my degree, and probably work in a bank or work in an IT firm or whatever. So, but along the line, so I just told myself music was going to be just for fun. Music was just going to be for fun.
Okay.
So I would go to events, concerts with my friends, who perform, and even when they're sharing money at times, I'll just say, I'm not for the money, I'm fulfilled already. But at my final year, I did a demo with my friends. So I played it to one of my cousins, and she listened, and somehow she got some kind of divine message, and she called me and said, "This is what you're supposed to be doing." And when she said that, I know not to argue with her, because obviously it was what I always wanted to do. Even while I was saying, "No, I want to work in
the bank
or whatever." I knew that this was like my first love. So I started, say, okay, let me do music by the side now. Let me take it by the side. But 2016, I had to quit the law firm where I was working.
You were working in a law firm?
Yeah, I worked in a law firm for 6 months. It was just a very brief stint. I first worked in an accounting firm. Then from the accounting firm, I worked in a law firm. Then it was at that point. Yeah, it was at that point I knew that no, this wasn't it. In fact, the first day I resumed the law firm job, that was when I knew that this guy, you need to stop 9 to 5, because it was like it opened my eyes to life. Like, is this what you want to keep on doing for the rest of your life? Happiness is key, and I realized that the only thing that gives me happiness is music. So at the point where I was going to be confirmed after 6 months of probation, that was when I dropped my resignation letter. Obviously, that was when I met Mr. Kunle Afolayan, and of course, he would always discourage me.
And say, as they say, all the rest is history.
But before that history, before we wrap up the history, how did you eventually convince mommy that is music that you want to do? Because all parents want their children to be doctors, lawyers, engineers.
Oh, it wasn't hard at all.
Oh,
because my mom was she's a lover of music and a very spiritual person. Probably she had even seen it. The only painful thing that she didn't live to see me get to where I am today. She died 2012. But before then, I had started recording, and I remembered one day I played all my recordings to her. But I had to convince. So my brothers were really tough, but when I started the music, all I did was just to call one of them, the toughest one, called him into my room and played one of my recordings to him, and he listened the first time, he said, rewind. He listened the second time, he said, rewind. He listened to the third time, and he looked at me, he said, just call on me, anything you need.
Wow.
I'm going to support you. This is what you should do. This is what you should do. And I'm like, okay, am I still in this world? Because this guy naturally would would scold me and even box me up.
Okay. Now, I have also heard a rumor. We will come back to the hit track.
Okay.
But I also heard a rumor that even though you have your own signature sound,
Yeah.
but you can also mime other singers.
Yeah. So my talent. How did I discover my talent? I discovered my talent through miming and mimicking people. Yeah, I was so good at it. When I was a kid, my dad would buy video cassettes of Ebenezer baking Sonia Day, Sashina Peters. Sashina Peters was my idol. I mean, still my idol anyway. And I would listen to all of them, and I would mimic and try to dance.
Give us an example.
Dance like Shino.
Give us an example. No, you don't have to dance, but sing.
Okay, so.
Okay, we have one that we can play. One of those your escapades.
Ọba tí ń dínà ra fẹ́fẹ́ ṣọlá. Rọ̀mùn ló bínú ra délé bọ́ ṣògo. Rọ̀mùn lọ́ba lànà, lọ́ba lòdì. Rọ̀mùn ra ládé ra láfíà. Òun ní kìnìún rẹ̀ yá Júdà. Rọ̀kọ́jọ́ ṣúra jàǹdàkú tí máa yẹ́rù wọ́n rọ̀rùn kìjì 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 kìjì. Àrò rẹ̀ látẹ̀lé, àṣẹ rẹ̀ látẹ̀lé nínú ìjọ mímọ́ ti Kristi látọ̀rọ̀ wẹ́rù jàre. Oníràwọ̀ yóò rìn lórí kìnìún àti rẹ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ ìjù. Ó ní kìkìdá ojú wa làwa yóò fi rí ètí ìràwọ̀ ènìyàn búburú.
I just want to ask, did you pay royalties? This is vintage King Sunny Ade.
Yeah.
In fact, the current, because he himself has evolved over the years, but this is his current style.
Yeah, so I mean, he was one of those people I listened to back then. I mean, so the good thing was I wasn't just listening to the audio. I was watching. I would always watch videos, and I would just look at them. And because of that talent of mimicking, it just sticked. I knew how he would pronounce his words, his phrases, how he will add the R.
Where it didn't exist?
Yeah,
The linking R.
Yeah, the linking R. You get, so it fascinated me a lot. So as I was developing my sound, it was just very easy for me to pick those things and say, okay, this here, this there. There is a particular song I also did. It's going to be releasing very soon. My last time in London, I met Ebenezer's son, Pastor Folari, and I played the song to him, and he looked up, and he said, how were you able to do it? Nobody has sounded this close to my father. And I was like, well, that's where my talent came from. So yeah, I could mimic anybody I want to.
So much so that you even mimicked his backup vocals.
Yeah. So this particular album that we're doing, of course, I'm a music producer as well. It was so interesting for me to record, the KSA style, because I had listened to almost all of his songs. I know how the drum sounds. I know how the chorus sounds. I know how everything sounds.
His syncopations,
yes.
His accompaniments.
So when it was time for me to record the BGVs, and they did the first set of BGVs, I had to wipe it up and say, no, you guys are not getting the vibe. I'll do it myself. And as I was doing it, everybody, they were all laughing, and they were wondering, how where is this coming from?
And because it's also in the mix.
Yeah.
It's also in the mix, the balancing of the back.
There's a way Baba's talking drum used to sound then,
yes.
a bit of reverb and slap delay at the high end.
And his own talking drum is different from what Ebenezer always talking
Definitely. So, I mean, I'm just grateful for that.
So for the copycat that you are.
Yes.
Did you have a particular encounter that informed the song Ebenezer?
So that song is something that is beyond my own understanding. Because the way the song came, the previous year we did a song titled, I wrote a song titled Onwara for my choir, and we did an album Onwara. And the album previously we did went viral. I mean, within the church confines and few of outside the church. So when it was, obviously every year we would have our anniversary, and we would usually present new song. Being the lead vocalist, I am supposed to write a song. Everybody have brought their song. We've treated it. I was the only one remaining who was supposed to bring his song, and I will always arrange everybody's songs anyway. But for somehow, maybe I was having writer's block, or I wasn't just, I mean, the inspiration wasn't coming. So people kept asking me, where is the new song? Where is the new song that we're going to write? I kept telling them, oh my Gbewa, don't worry.
Who is one?
Like
the inspiration will come.
Yeah, it will come. But honestly, nothing was coming to me. So there's this particular day, I was just at home, and I'd already decided in my mind that if nothing comes, we'll probably just pick one of our popular songs and present it that day. Obviously, people like the song, so. But this particular day, I just prayed, and it wasn't the conventional prayer of, it was just like a wish, or, where you say something out of your mind. God, why don't you just give me one song? Even if it's a small chorus, let me just teach, and let's just perform it. And I remember the first time I taught my choir the song, there were a bit of mixed feelings that even me myself, I was like, maybe this song is not too great. So I went back, rearranged the song. It was more like a 3-session song. But one thing that I noticed was that at those stages, the words that came to me were phrases that God has dropped in my mind years ago. So if you look at where I said, like we were saying, you'll see the King Sunny Ade influence in it.
Yes.
So those were things that have dropped in my mind. Those times when I will always watch King Sunny Ade, try to. So as it will be, I was in my studio one day, and I was bored. I started checking Instagram, and then I heard a song from Toluchi. I didn't even know, I don't know whether he's the owner of the song, but I just heard the song, Moria no Bao. And it was, after hearing the song, it was like he opened a tap of inspiration. Yes. And I immediately went to my piano. My wife was seated beside me in the studio, and I started singing, okay, Ebenezer, and I asked her, does this line make sense? She said, okay, yeah, it's fine. Then I'll look up again, okay, like that, the lines started coming to me, one by one, until the song was fully written. And I asked her, do you think this song is good enough? She said, yes, it's nice. I said, do you think this song is as good as Onwara or even better? She said they sound different, but this is unique on its own. So I got a little bit of confidence from that. We performed the song on that Harvest Day, and that was it. But for me,
Was that the first recording of the song?
Yes.
This one?
Yes. So for me...
This is the first recording of the song?
Yes. Wow. So this recording was done in church. So now, because whatever it is I want to do, I want to do it to the best. I learned from the masters. I saw people like Kunle Afolayan, Wale Onikobams and the rest. These people they are so good at what they do. So I try to marry my experience in the film and music together. And I told my guys in the choir, I called the technical team and I said, we're going to bring in cameras, we're going to bring in gadgets for multi-track. I want to multi-track this song. I want to record it like we're doing a studio recording, and I'll take it to my studio and I'll remix,
work on it.
And we did that.
Okay, let's listen to a bit of it.
The owner of the song asked for the royalty.
I've heard KSA, I've heard Obey in this song, and so you have to pay royalties. Don't worry, I'll collect on their behalf.
Oh, I see.
I'm not a collecting agency, but if I collect it, it's because I've also listened to some of those songs over the years.
Yeah.
Where to from here? So, first of all, how were you surprised? How did you receive the blow up of the song?
It was shocking. Shocking in the sense that after I did I was talking about the recording, mixing and all. After I did that, I kept the song in my hard drive and I left it. And the choir started talking about producing a new album. And while we're producing the new album, I remembered I said, there's this song we did last year that we're supposed to push it out. That if we don't push it out now, when are we going to put it out? It will expire. And I was saying, should we put it in the album? In fact, I had already included it in the album. But they said, no, let's remove it, let's reserve it, or probably... So I said, okay, why don't we just release it as a single? And then, okay, just upload it. So I went and I uploaded the video myself. Now, when I noticed an unusual movement, traction on it, and I kept wondering, but in my mind, I just felt this was something that would just last maybe for a day or two, and it would die there. But at every morning, I will always receive messages, this Ebenezer, then this Ebenezer. So I was like, okay, maybe by tomorrow the buzz will expire. But day by day, it kept on getting bigger. And all I could, for like 2 weeks, I could not see anything. Because I was just wondering how.
What makes it different?
Yeah, because even for me, when people will come and they'll say, oh, this line, this must be from the Holy Spirit, this must be from this. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to remember when I received the call from my phone and Holy Spirit said, okay, start writing this, of course, there are times you get inspired, and you hear stories, but when these things happen to you, it's a different story entirely. It's something you definitely, even up till now, I'm still wondering, but I've just learned to accept fate and just embrace.
Okay. We've almost run out of time.
Yes, we're actually out of time.
This is a personal question I want to ask you now. Where's your Taiwo?
Oh, she's good. She's great.
Does she sing as well?
That's the choir.
She's in that choir? Another choir.
She's based in the US.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she sings as well.
Oh, yeah.
What next? I have 30 seconds.
So for me, I'm going to be embarking on a series of marathon recordings. I'm going to be dropping my EP very soon. I'm also going to be embarking on my 2024 tour as well. And there are several collaborations. This year for me is really a very busy year. We have songs already that are going to be dropping, and of course we have the body of the album work that's going to be dropping as well. So it's a really busy year. I pray for grace.
When I was growing up, I'm going to release an album. Now I know. Now it's dropping. Anyway, Ken plus Edunjobi. Abi?
Ken plus Edunjobi.
That's the formula.
Yeah, formula.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. Singer,
Thank
songwriter, music producer, and winner of the 2023 Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards for Best Soundtrack category for Anikulapo. Again, thank you. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And all the support that you
Thank you.
need. And that's it.
That's our show for today, the first Saturday in March. We hope to bring you a fresh edition next Saturday. I'm Alera Edu, wishing you a happy weekend, and until then.
And I'm Ayomakini. I'm looking forward to a train ride. I just don't know when or where or how, but hey, maybe you should
The
try.
blue line from Marina to Mile 2?
The red one.
The red one.
I love the color red. It's bright and vibrant. But blue, maybe because I'm wearing blue. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye
Bye-bye.
for now.